You're watching this because you probably need to set up a live audio room. So I'm going to show you the basics here to get the basics down so you can set up a quick PA system or AV production very quickly and understand the fundamentals so that way you can change it if you need to. So first of all, the physical equipment layout. You're going to need a microphone, maybe an amplifier, or that's if you have passive speakers. So passive speakers meaning they don't have power directly. If you plug your speakers into the wall, they're active. You don't need the amplifier, right? The amplifier is already inside the speaker. You'll need a mixer. This mixer is where you plug in all your microphones. You plug in and you do EQ, you do compression, you do all these different things, and then you can change the volumes. Maybe somebody's very loud, maybe somebody's very quiet. So you can adjust their individual volumes and then send it out to the speakers. And placing the speakers in front of performers to avoid feedback, right? If you put the speaker facing the microphone, you're going to get an audio loop and it's going to go and it's going to be very loud and not nice. So this is how the audio is traveling through our whole entire setup. First, we have our input, which is our microphone, right? And then it's going to go into the mixer to be processed. It's going to go into the amplifier or straight to the output, which is the speaker. If you have active speakers, they're both in the same box. You plug in the speaker, it is the amplifier. From your mic, from the input, you plug it in with the XLR cable into the mixer. From the mixer, the stereo out, the left and right stereo out, so left and right goes into the amplifier to make a stereo pair. And then from the amp or just directly into the speaker, if you are using active speakers, you use a 1/4 inch jack and this goes into the speakers. So these are some key concepts that we're going to go over and you're going to see it in play in this upcoming video when I set up a small PA live production. Unity. This means a flat position, no boost, no cut. Start every control at unity before performance. This keeps everything organized and predictable, right? So reset your gain, reset your EQ, the faders, reset them all to unity, which means 0. We're not adding, we're not subtracting. It's whatever the unit actually gives us. Gain is how much microphone signal enters the mixer. So you adjust the gain until the meter shows peaking and then you reduce it slightly. So we're probably going to see this as well in the video. Proper gain prevents distortion and clipping. Distortion and clipping, this is what distortion sounds like. It's when it starts to clip and the audio gets like chopped up. That's because when I get too close to the microphone, it starts to go over the gain and the audio gets clipped. Level and volume is how loud the signal is sent to the speakers after being processed. This is different from gain because this is the final volume to the audience. Meanwhile, gain is actually how much power, how much gain am I receiving from the microphone, which is different. EQ is what we use as well. This is to change the type of sound. Is it going to be more clear? Is it going to sound very deep and rumbly? How are we adjusting the sound? Compression reduces the limits of the volume. So higher compression is a more consistent volume and a low compression is a natural dynamic. If somebody gets very loud, the speakers get loud. If somebody gets very, very quiet, whispers, the speakers get quiet. So adding compression makes it so the volume that comes out the speakers is the same, whether they're loud or they're quiet. And it's more nuanced, but that's the basic premise. Effects, we can add reverb or delay or echo to create an ambiance, to create a sound, to create a beautiful singing or something like that, which some mixers may or may not have. A high pass filter. You'll find these on a lot of mixers. These will cut everything below 80 hertz, which is the low part of the spectrum, which is that deep bass and rumble. Sometimes it's not that good because your speakers are not very good at handling those, or it just makes the whole room sound very deep and bassy and muddy and it's no good. So we remove that from the microphones. Impedance. So this is only for using the passive speakers, as I mentioned. Your impedance on your speaker and on your amplifier should match. But if you have active speakers, you don't have to worry about that. So this is a setup checklist that you can go through, right? You make sure everything matches, you reset all the mixers, you reset the amplifier, enable high pass filter, you connect your microphone, then you connect your stereo output to the amplifier, right? Then you connect your amplifier to your speakers, you position the speakers in the front of the stage, you turn on your amplifier and your mixer, you test your microphone at a normal speaking level, you adjust the gain until peaking shows and then reduce it to prevent clipping. Then you can raise that specific channel level until the volume is where you want it to be in the room. You can apply EQ and reverb, and then you could do a final sound check at performance volume, meaning you don't want to be like testing the mic at a low volume and then somebody else or the main person who's going to be speaking gets on the mic and they're so loud that everything's clipping. So you have to adjust it per person. That's the main thing, and that's what we're going to be going over in this video. So that was the basic overview of all the different things you may need to know the key terminology, but I want you to click on this video. It's somewhere here up on the screen, and that's going to be the one where I set up the live room. I just want to split them up so that way people can find them easier. Thank you. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.